Hey yo, let's go! Hello, welcome back to a special recording episode of episodes number 12 through 14. So I'm your host, Liger, intergalactic wrestler and universal champion of light. Okay, so unfortunately, like I said at the start of the intro, episodes 12 through 14, the streams are too corrupted to view any of the cutscenes. So what I plan to do is actually play the cutscenes in order. So we're gonna play all the cutscenes that we have available that we need to record, and then from there I'll unprivate episodes 15 and 16, and then later on 17 afterwards. So yeah, so that's the plan. I meant to do this earlier, but I'm doing it right now, and I'm sorry if I'm speaking a little quietly. It's because it's the middle of the night and I do not want to wake anybody up. So anyways, we're gonna do our little reactions to this right now. So yeah, anyways, let's go. Alright, I gotta remember what choices I made, because so from here we were going to have a meeting with I think Hermes and Metreon, or no, we were discussing Hermes and Metreon and what they saw at I'm trying to remember what happened. It was such a long time. Oh damn it, I forgot to take the mask out.
Zephyros.
Hang on. Okay, so from here we're gonna start the first cutscene. I'm gonna try to put my commentary on whenever I can. So yeah. Anyway, alright, let's get to it, shall we? Alright, I think this is this cutscene where we meet Bana for the first time. Well,
I present to you
the original Bana. I remember being on
Here you will
this.
find a number of testing facilities, as well as the observation hub of Poiton Oikos.
Yeah, I think this is where we were gonna meet.
Right then. Let's begin by...
Oh, that's when, forgot what the little critters are called.
Well, an Arraius. How delightful.
I know the original name is Arraius, but I forgot what it was called. Oh, look at it, it's so cute.
And what, pray tell, is that?
A walking shark.
Ah, that's a new species of shark. We approved the concept but a few days ago. Sharks are among the most popular sea creatures. Rare is the day when someone does not submit a new concept.
I wonder if somebody submitted a human-like shark with a shark tail that's flat like a board and is hydrodynamic and goes ah every time. Wonder if anybody submitted that concept.
At
Right,
first, they were
Hustle
largely
Dave?
orthodox. Consideration given to such things as size and environmental
Look at that
impact.
thing.
And then a
The big
whimsical
boy.
someone thought to bestow it with flight. Another, superior intelligence. And then the floodgates burst. Concepts with multiple heads, or arms and legs, and so on and so forth. It was getting absurd. A part of me wanted to tell them to
Hustle
go
Dave?
away and find something else to create.
Hustle Dave?
In the end,
Oh,
they
shit.
couldn't deny their passion. And here we are.
Oh! I forgot she came in flying. Oh, that poor shark. Damn.
That was too close. Are you unharmed?
Mommy. Ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Well now, if it isn't a pair of familiar faces.
Bana, that we should meet you here.
AKA the Mother Crystal Heidel. Well, I guess calling her mommy wouldn't be that weird, considering, yeah, she is the Mother Crystal. Oh man, I should probably keep my voice down a little bit. Alright. I'm gonna be keeping it low as possibly can. Because the people are sleeping here. And now we're having a flashback to Heidelin.
As I mentioned earlier, the better part of the convocation holds that when we retire is when we return to the star.
I don't know why I waited so long.
She is not among said majority. Even after stepping down, she carries on with her work. Vanar is her name, and she is the previous Azem.
This raises the question: am I a shard? Because I know all the souls on Aether, the modern Aetherius are all souls of the past. I wonder if we're a part of Vanar Azem or the current Azem. But yeah, anyways, let's continue the cutscene.
It has been a while, Hythlodaeus. You look well. Less so, Emmet Selp. I dare say the lines upon your brow have both deepened and doubled in number. A shame for one so young. You must make an effort to frown less often.
I love Vanar already.
Easier said than done, thanks to your unruly successor.
How is he, if I may ask?
Incorrigible as ever. Rushed headlong into a volcano on the brink of eruption just the
Jesus
other day.
Christ.
I should be glad to share the tale in its entirety later, if you're so inclined.
Okay, now I know for sure that guy is us.
Oh, you know I am. Now then, you are?
This is where I'm questioning whether did she know? Cause this right here was absolutely wild how she figured it out. Like, wait for it.
I say, have you perchance come from the future?
How did she know immediately? That was wild.
I do not believe we have ever met, yet I sense my magic upon you.
Yeah.
Therefore, if I wove the enchantment, I could only have done so at a later point in time.
What manner of magic is this, if I may ask?
A traveler's ward, of course. It prevents the corruption of one's ether.
That explains why I can travel through different dimensions, into different realms, into different universes like the first. That explains it. Because it's part of the blessing of light. Now remember which one I answered, and it was this one. Sounds rather like the blessing of light.
I see you are not ignorant to its presence. And while there are many protective spells, the one you bear is unmistakably mine.
Hold on. From the future? That's absurd.
But all true.
What is it? Are you unable to speak of the matter?
Yeah. Because if I spoke the truth, it might alter the future, but even if I tried to alter the future, it ultimately wouldn't work.
The reality to which you must return exists as a result of the final days. You cannot reshape the past to undo the tragedies of the present.
Yeah, or it creates a split timeline like Grahatia's, which I eventually found out. That's the reason why Granhatias can't go back to his old timeline, because it's basically erased from history because of what he did.
So,
Anyway.
your actions here will not change your history, but they may yet affect the course of ours.
Yep.
How very exciting. I'm quite fond of delving into the unknown, and there's naught more unknown than the future.
Yeah.
Until a moment finally arrives, we cannot know for certain what will come to pass, regardless of our supposed foreknowledge, so you needn't worry for us. More importantly, that you should go to such great lengths as to travel unto the past bespeaks the gravity of your quest. Will you not reveal it to us? Mayhap we can be of aid to your cause.
Maybe. Maybe. But I don't know. Oh, I'm at Selk is definitely annoying.
If this is true, then you've been keeping quite the secret to yourself.
Well, I didn't want to do it intentionally, but yeah.
As a representative of the Convocation, I will hear it all. Your identity, purpose, everything.
Damn, you're very much different from the Emmett Selk guy now. But alright.
Why don't we move to a place more conducive to calm conversation? I've been working here for some days now at an old friend's behest. If it is agreeable, we may make use of my accommodation at Poiton Oikos. We were meant to meet. I am certain of it. Else I wouldn't have marked you so clearly, and sent you unto myself in the past. It's precisely the sort of mischief I would get up to, and quite inspired, if I do say so myself.
Good to know. Alright. Oops, sorry about that.
Ah, a wonderful aroma. I feel more relaxed already.
Would that I had sweetmeats to offer, but I travel light out of habit. There's plenty of hot water though, so please have as much tea as you like.
Will do, ma'am.
Now then, will you tell us your tale?
Where do I begin? I love having recollections of the past. Alright. Which one was this? Calamity called the final days befall in our world. Oh, I think I went with the calamity called the final days has befallen the world. If I remember correctly.
Why don't you start from the beginning?
Alright, but you're not gonna like what your future self has done, or rather will do. But alright. Start with Eidolon and the Mother Crystal, which will be future Vernal, or which she would have become. Then we start with the Tale of Lohabrea. And we get to Emmett Selk's Maniacal Madness and his recreation of Amarat. And then currently with our fight with Zodiac. Which then leads us to here. Guess that's the gist of it. The short version at least.
Preposterous. Utterly preposterous.
While not the words I would have chosen, I too have my doubts. Much of it borders on the incredulous.
I don't doubt that you guys don't believe me, but that's the entirety of the truth. All that happened, and all that will happen.
What of you, Vanar?
Not knowing the precise details of the first final days, it is difficult to determine the veracity of the tale.
Yeah, because at this point we know that the final days happen at random. It's when they lost control of their creation magics. While in our time, the humans themselves are the ones that are transformed into the abominations. So it's similar yet different.
Supposing it is all true, I must ask myself why I would do what I did. Why would I feel I had no recourse but to oppose the 14 and create this Eidolon?
Yeah, same question I asked myself after meeting you guys.
Circumstances change, of course, but it would not have been an easy decision regardless. No, there must have been a reason. One compelling enough to force me to take such drastic measures. Then there is the Elpis flower, which I said would serve as a guide. That it's of import to your mission is plain, but your presence here leads me to believe that this place also holds significance.
Yeah, and we'll find out later what that meant.
But what could it be? What are we meant to accomplish?
I guess to ensure that the final days do happen?
Might it not be simply thus? In the future whence he came, the final days could not be averted. Mankind has no choice but to flee the star.
No, because that doesn't make any sense, because according to the dragon Midgard-Thomr and his children, Midgard-Thomr considered this star to be the last bastion of hope, because he fled his star because it was dying, and then he came and found Atheris, and specifically the land of Mericidia, I think is what it's called, and that's where he settled a home for the dragons. So it doesn't make sense why Eidolon would want us to flee if this is considered the last bastion of hope.
By alerting us to that eventuality, perhaps you wish to pave the way for other futures.
Theoretically speaking, it is a possibility. Yet if that were my primary objective, I see no reason to guide our friend to Elpis specifically. The capital in Amarot, or even my own home would be more logical destinations.
Oh, I didn't even realize that. This is technically not Vanar's home. So where is her actual home? Or what is she, or if it's at a place that we visited or will visit? Question for later, I guess.
True, true. I note also that Heidelin did not specify a point in time to which he must return.
Yeah.
By this, it may be inferred that it was not critical that we should meet.
Alternately, she had reason to believe that our paths would converge, coincidental though it may seem.
This is quite a puzzle. And we do not have all the pieces.
Not even in the future.
Hardly any. But we do have one immutable fact. If the final days are indeed as described, they will bring death to all that I hold dear.
Same.
Yet despite being afforded long years of preparation, the only provisions I could make were for flight. Nay, my first and foremost endeavor would be to find a way to forestall the coming doom.
Given that even the 14 failed, mayhap you deemed it impossible.
No, there was a different reason for that. And I think considering that Emmett Silk has been quiet throughout this entire conversation, I think he has something to say.
Nothing is impossible. This I have always believed. And if Heidelin is indeed me, she would believe the same.
Listen to yourself. Are you seriously entertaining the notion that you are a messianic figure in some far-fetched tale?
That's so crazy, Emmett Silk?
Well, I will not. I refuse to accept that our world could be undone by some unforeseen calamity. I also take offense to my portrayal as a megalomaniacal madman.
But it's true.
To sacrifice oneself for the star is a noble act, and I would hold those who gave themselves to this zodiac in the highest esteem.
Including...
Yet, you claim
No spoilers,
I
I'll wait
recreated
for that.
Amarot and populated it with phantoms of our people? A bizarre indulgence that would be insulting to their memory.
But you still did it.
Worse still, I even invited you there. Literally invited my own downfall. Why would I do something so idiotic and inexplicable?
Because he remembered who I was.
Now, I will allow that the hypothetical task of restoring our world would be daunting in the extreme. The thought of having to bear such a burden for 1,000 lives horrifies me. But I would never forsake my duty. I would never forsake my brethren.
And you never did. Even to your dying breath, you never did.
You do not know me.
I don't know this version of you. With the Emmett Silk that I remembered, he held true to his ideals to the end.
I've had my fill of your fiction. I will return to my duty, and you will not bother me again.
Emmett Selk! Wait!
He's a lot more edgier than the one from the future.
You've seen much of Elpis already. If you have any observations to share, I should like to hear them.
Oh, I wonder if this was an option. I forgot what I said. I think was it Dynamis' key to all this, or Hermes? Medion somehow involved. Oh, I think it was Hermes and Medion are somehow involved.
Hermes and his creation Meteon, you say? If Dynamis is the self-same energy as Akasha, as it likely seems, then those two may well be at the center of the calamity to come. This warrants further investigation. With that settled, it is time for action. The missing pieces of the puzzle are here, I'm certain of it. And when you find them, the picture my future self has painted will be complete, and you will have your answer.
That's like the song.
And suffice it to say, I will aid you in your quest.
Thank you, Lena. You're always a caring crystal mother, even before you became it.
Have faith. If Emmet Selk is the man Azum described to me, we've not seen the last of him.
No. No, we have not. Alright. Now we get a describe of what happened of with Medion's sisters that we apparently found out she has.
A delightful breeze and a breathtaking view.
Yeah, it's beautiful here. More beautiful than all the other places that I've been to in the
What
future.
is it like in the future? Is the world still a beautiful place?
For the most part. Some part yes. Others, not so much.
Dark hidden places, rife with danger. Those have an altogether different, but no less powerful sort of appeal. While we wait, will you not tell me about your adventures?
Yeah, I can tell you about the
Well,
gentleman.
not the portentous events which led you here, but the simple delights all your own.
Alright.
By learning about the future world, I may gain insight into future me's plans. But more than that, I have an interest simply as a fellow traveler. Short of going somewhere oneself, there's naught more stirring than hearing another's account.
Alright, let me tell you about a story about the gentleman of light named Hildebrand Maximilian Manderville. And the wild and wacky adventures that gone on with him.
Incredible! Would that I could have been there to see it.
Yeah.
Yours is a harsh and unforgiving world. Yet in spite of this, your brethren hold fast to their virtue.
Oops.
To know that the light of
There we go.
mankind's potential still shines, even in that faraway place, it gives me heart. Thank you for regaling me with your tales. I will treasure every word. As you know, I was once a scholar. And among other things, I sought to understand the workings of the world. What exactly is ether? How formed the laws of nature? Whence sprung mankind? Riddles and mysteries beyond counting. Over the years, I have managed to find answers to some few of them. Yet rather than attain a sense of mastery, the more I understood, the more I came to hold the world and its miracles in awe. We too are miracles, each and every one of us, born of the warm breath of life that traverses the heavens, swirling through eternity.
Yeah.
When I fully grasped the improbability of our existence, nothing felt impossible anymore. If it could be imagined, it could be done. A passion swelled within me, an epiphany dispelling all preconceptions of what was natural and true, and a presence without, immense yet intimate, fate perhaps, holding us in its tender embrace. As reassuring as it was intimidating, how keenly aware I became of creation's fragility, built as it is upon precarious happenstance. I was overcome with an irrepressible urge to know the world more intimately, to hear its voice, feel its breath.
Hear, feel, think?
I ventured forth on a journey that very day, so very long ago now. Freed from presumption and prejudice, I saw the world through a newborn's eyes. Everything fresh and new, and so beautiful. Lands that stretched on forever. Skies one could drown in. The heartbeat of nature, silent yet strong. And amidst it all a people. Beacons of light and life. Laughter that warmed my heart like naught else before. They are my meaning, and my purpose, my love. And so long as they need help, I cannot return to the star.
I think I'm beginning to understand.
Perhaps my future self is still waiting for it.
Perhaps she is.
The moment she can let go and walk unto the end.
And pass the torch on to the next generation, I guess we should call it.
Safe in the knowledge that man will find his own way.
Yeah.
You, who are our future, tell me this, and tell me true. Has your journey been good? Has it been worthwhile?
Absolutely it has.
Pray forgive my lateness. My observation subject was rather irritable, and it took a while to settle it down.
Oh, moment ruined.
No need to apologize. Your work takes precedence. Besides, we had a pleasant conversation in the meantime.
You're too kind. Now then, I'm told you wished to ask me some questions.
Indeed. I've an interest in one of Hermes' creations. Meteon. You witnessed a host of them take flight, yes?
Yeah, Medion's other sister. Technically they're a hive mind, but still. You know what I mean.
Oh, that! Yes, Yes, I did. 'Twas in the dark of the morn. I'd left the Thalassai after nocturnal observation. As I walked along, I spied a bright light climbing high into the southeastern skies. Then, in an instant, it was gone, like a shooting star, only rising rather than falling. But then another shot up, then another, and another. Intrigued, I made my way to the edge to investigate. And who should I spy on an isle to the south but Hermes and Meteon, the Matea, rather.
Oh yeah, a group of Meteon is called the Matea.
There were lots of them, and I realized they must be the shooting stars that I'd seen.
A dazzling spectacle indeed. Have you spoken with Hermes about this?
Oh, yes. The sight left such an impression on me that I approached him about his mystery project the very next day. Alas, he said that he couldn't reveal anything just yet, that he needed to conduct further tests. It shouldn't be long now, though.
Oh.
He often returns to that isle, and I have a feeling he's nearing a breakthrough.
Yeah, breakthrough indeed.
Splendid. We are likewise eager for the details. Well, that is all we wish to ask. Thank you for taking the time to indulge our curiosity.
You're very welcome. It's always a pleasure to speak with other inquisitive souls. Oh, and will you be descending now? If so, I shall link the doors for you.
Please.
Alright. Next cutscene, I guess.
'Twas my intent to finish it, but clearly I underestimated you.
Oh yeah, this is where we had like a little battle between us and Vanal. A synced battle, mind you, and I didn't like it. And we did this to gain Argos' trust, and that's why Argos in the future loves us so much, because he recognizes us. Look. Look at this. Look at this.
One would think I never learn. I made the same mistake with Azam when we first sparred. Despite being less than half my age, his strength was astounding.
Okay, that confirms that we definitely are us, because we have the same strength, even though we're technically the different soul. But yeah, same but different. I like to say it.
As is yours. 'Tis plain
Yeah.
you have weathered considerable hardship. Far more even than your tales would suggest.
A lot more hardship. You don't even understand.
It seems we have both learned much on our journeys.
Hey, Argos. Oh, who's the good boy? Look at him, look at the good boy. Who's a good
Well
boy?
now, I dare say he has warmed to you.
Look at him.
A boon to be sure. He never forgets his favorites, and is ever eager to come to their aid.
Yeah, good as the boys. Alright, now we're meeting with Meteon and Hermes. Or rather, the memories of them.
Quite a small place, lacking even the most basic equipment. The present may yield no clues, but we may yet try perusing the past. Have you done this before?
It sort of just happens.
So you cannot control the power freely. Worry not. I shall assist you. Come and stand before me.
Okay.
There are two ways to see the past. The first entails peering through the walls of the soul in the moment a subject is recalling a memory. The second requires no subject, and is instead a process of piecing together an event from ripples left in the ambient ether.
Man, I did not know I could learn how to do this. Would have been a lot easier
As
a couple of
memories are
expansions
etched
ago.
upon the ether of the soul, so too are they etched upon the ether of the world. In this way can history be preserved. Such memories are given to fading, however, and can prove challenging to visit. But come, let us try. Close your eyes.
Got it.
All units fully functional and proceeding on course towards their respective stars.
She kind of sounds like a robot here.
Estimated time to completion of survey is 108 cycles. End of status report. Severing connection with shared consciousness. Did you hear that, Hermes? All is well.
Oh, he sounds so sweet.
Yes, good tidings at long last. Every step of the way, I've been reminded how little we understand creation. How the universe defies imagination.
But soon we won't need to speculate. We'll know the answers. What others live for.
Yeah, that's the question he posed the media with questioning to the other civilizations that exist.
Indeed. And we'll owe it all to you and your sisters.
Huh.
I wonder what answers we will get.
Whatever intelligent beings that exist out there are bound to be vastly different from us. Diverse in form and culture, possessed of unique ways of thinking. Their conception of life and its purpose will be no exception. Completely and utterly unlike ours.
Utterly unlike... how?
I have no idea.
Oh boy, did we find out how.
Yet whatever answers we receive, I will not dismiss them out of hand. No, I will think earnestly on them all. And I will share them with our people, that together we may contemplate our own existence. Perhaps then our star will become a better place. Not only for man, but for all life.
Yeah, because Hermes' whole thing has been that he treasures every life, even if others doesn't think it's worthless. Like he treasures all of them. Like he treasures all the creations that they create. And he felt disillusioned with that they were just destroyed for nothing, and he wants to know, is there something to that nothing?
Meteon, as though I gave you wings to soar the heavens, I did not teach you how to walk the earth. So loath was I to bind another living being. In the course of your long journey, you will learn from those you meet, learn to walk and run and so much more. And when you return, older and wiser, we will have a celebration to mark your homecoming and coming of age both.
Will there be apples covered in syrup?
Oh, a little hell tilt.
And how are you supposed to eat them? Rather than food, perhaps a flower.
An opus flower?
Yes. Upon your return, I will gift you a beautiful flower.
Oh man, this scene's making me cry.
So, what is your opinion?
Hermes wouldn't wish for the final days. Hermes is a gentle soul, and yet
I understand. He is a gentle soul, and well-intentioned. Yet it does not take ill intent to beget ill.
there is an old saying, they say, all roads to hell are paved with good intentions. And Hermes' intentions are very much good. And what led to that hell is, well, we'll find out.
We must consider the possibility that something may have gone awry. Perhaps it was oversight, or simply an accident.
I say it's kind of both.
In light of this, I propose that we reveal your tale to Hermes himself.
I don't know if that's such a good idea, but it's worth a shot.
If he does not wish for the final days, as we believe, he may well join us in pursuing a solution.
Perhaps.
Then it is settled. Let us seek out our friend with all swiftness. 'Twould not do to let such a pure soul be blackened by tragedy.
Alright, let's go. Alright. Now that we have Isolodius and Mithok with us once again, this is our meeting with Hermes and Median as we tell them that I'm from the future and that
My apologies.
something
for
he
keeping you
did
waiting.
caused the final
I
days.
understand there is a matter you wish to discuss.
Alright, let's see.
Aye, a matter of the utmost gravity, if one can suspend disbelief.
Go on then. Tell him what you told us. Who you are and why you came.
Alright.
The final days.
The phenomena observed during these star-encompassing calamities is likely the product of a dynamis reaction. And none is more versed in the applications of this energy than you, Hermes. I must stress that we do not believe you would desire such destruction. We come not to lodge accusations, but to beg your wisdom. And so, distressing though the exercise may be, I ask that you share with us your opinion on the matter, on the assumption that our visitor's tale is true.
Even you, Vana.
Even her?
As you say, the phenomena observed in the two calamities may both be attributed to Dynamis.
Yeah.
Of note is the difference in its effect. In the first final days, it warped creation magics. In the second, it warped the people themselves.
Yeah.
The key variable, I suspect, is the etheric density of the men of each age.
Yeah, because if I remember correctly, Emethelk said that our Aether felt very, very light compared to theirs. And that's why they thought we were familiar, not a person from the future.
As you know, ether, in essence, negates Dynamis. Harboring high concentrations of ether, we ancients cannot readily manipulate Dynamis, nor be manipulated by it. Therefore, rather than ourselves, the calamity affected our magics. In contrast, having been sundered, the people of the future are composed of but a fraction of our ether. Thus are they susceptible to the influence of Dynamis and its transformative potential. But that would explain only the mechanism, not the cause. Though perhaps...
Perhaps? Perhaps what?
What is it? Even should it be a hypothesis, we would hear it.
Yep. You would hear it.
Dynamis is an energy put in motion by feelings. Feelings for which there must first exist a source.
Okay, the music just changed.
The source to which the victims must be attuned. One that harbors the self-same negative emotions. Elsewise, it could not be the agent of such extreme change.
Oh, Jesus.
So it wasn't the stagnation of the celestial currents.
No, it was not.
Someone, or something, is instigating the star's demise.
Yeah. And it might be a certain little bird.
We've a villain on our hands after all. Any idea who or what it could be?
The celestial currents comprise the outermost layer of the star's ether, encasing it like a protective sphere. According to your tale, it was where the currents were weakest that the phenomena first manifested. If the inciting factor came from without Aetheris, then its effects would first be seen in those locations.
What are you saying?
Greetings. Can you hear me?
Oh, I forgot this is where it happened.
Do not be alarmed. I mean you no harm. I wish only to hear your words, share your feelings, know your thoughts.
This is where we find out the medium found something.
Please be friends.
Meteion. What is it?
Executing scheduled task, suspending individual self and connecting to shared consciousness. Connection established. Commencing status report.
Oh! Shit!
It hurts, it hurts! It hurts! So hot, so cold, so sad. I don't understand. Make it stop. Please, make it stop.
Steady, Meteion. Steady.
So
Good
scared.
God, I forgot how horrifying this scene is.
The pain. It's too much.
And the fact that we're the only ones that can hear it.
Why? Why? Why do we? They hurt.
Oh God!
Hate. This is wrong. All wrong.
Oh,
She's gone? But how?
She has altered her etheric density in order to blend in with her surroundings, an ability for avoiding confrontation.
Most effective. Frustratingly so. I can't see her either. Not even a trace.
Stay away. Please. This is wrong. My mistake. So please.
Man, I completely understand why she wants to stay away. No, I'm not alright. Neither is Medion.
In your mind? No. We only heard her speak the instant before she vanished.
Of course. When communicating without words, Meteon also employs Dynamis. That will explain why you were able to hear her, when we could not.
Then you are our best chance of finding her. Follow her voice and try to track her down.
Will do.
Hindered though we may be, let us split up and search as well.
Alright. Let's a couple more cutscenes to go, and then we're about just to finish. Now we gotta chase down Medion.
Aha!
There we go.
Give chase. We shall herd her into the shelter.
Got it. That signature Emmett Silk snap. Love to see it.
Please, Meteon. We must speak.
I think if I remember correctly, this is where we find out the report. Medion's report.
I'm sorry, Hermes. I'm so sorry. If someone can hear these words, then please. Please protect them. Protect them all.
Poor Medion, she's hurting badly.
Individual self-suspended. Connection with shared consciousness stable. Our survey is complete. We shall now report our findings.
And boy, these findings.
All units safely arrived at their respective destinations. Seeking answers to Hermes' question, we attempted to make contact with the intelligent denizens of each star. Results are as follows, in order of numerical code. Enna. Traces of civilization found. Structures believed to have served as domiciles. No extant life forms detected.
Holy shit.
Dio. Ruined remnants of buildings scattered across star, surface of which is encased in ice. Presence of life could not be verified.
Good God.
Tria. Evidence of large population centers, akin to cities, recovered. No extant life forms found, only their lingering essence.
Essentially ghosts.
Tessera. Edifices surmised to be abandoned residences found. No extant life forms detected. Deadly plague or extreme environmental degradation likely to have led to mass extinction.
And I see why Midgard Summer thought the star was the last bastion of hope.
They are all dead.
All of them. Dead.
Octo. Star found in state of violent conflict. Contact successfully made with inhabitants, but deployment of weapons of mass destruction resulted in total annihilation of local population shortly thereafter.
Holy shit.
Inea. Star is a barren desert. No identifiable flora found. Bones of living beings resembling men discovered beneath sands, but determination regarding their intelligence inconclusive.
Remind me, Hermes, what exactly was the question you entrusted to Meteion?
I tasked her with asking what others live for, what gives their lives meaning.
So what does it mean when all she sees is death? Or all they see is
Did you
death?
consider what may happen if the premise of the question is flawed? To be able to answer it, one must be living and desire to continue doing so. But if Meteion finds no living beings in the course of her journey, or none who desire to live, what then?
What would her answer be?
What answers would she derive from their silence?
Exactly. Death.
Meteion, enough. Suspend your mission and return hither at once.
Decapente. Local civilization once flourished under auspices of higher power. Said power later laid waste to civilization in fit of rage.
Oh, God. It just keeps getting worse and worse.
Upon revealing this to me, entity elected to self-terminate in lieu of providing answer to question. No other intelligent life forms found.
Turning a deaf ear, are we? We are taking Meteion back to Amarot. As I understand, we will need her if we are to bring back all of her sisters.
Yes. Meteion.
Oh, no.
It isn't right, is it? It isn't right to turn away from the answer. Even if the answer is pain. Even if we aberrations must scream ourselves hoarse to be heard. Aye. Whatever answers we find, I will not dismiss them out of hand. These words I said to you, and I will hold myself to them.
Damn it, Hermes. Damn it.
What is the meaning of this?
You cannot take Meteon. Not until she has finished her report. All else must wait.
If you would just listen to us, Hermes.
You fool!
Agreed. Alright. Now this is the scene after we finally caught up to Hermes. We beat the dungeon. And then this happens.
It's over, Hermes. In the name of the Convocation, I hereby take Meteon into custody. And setting aside the matter of your nomination, you will come with us too. We require your knowledge to assess and resolve the situation.
Meteon, I am so sorry. Would that I could have listened to your report in full. Reflected upon its meaning and conveyed it to others, that they might reconsider their chosen course. But I have failed, and that wish will never be realized. However, ere our fates become the province of others, I bid you tell me just one thing. Was there happiness in those distant stars? Was there a reason for living?
We conducted our search as per your instructions.
Oh boy.
We scoured historical records, communed with the spirits of the deceased, heard the final testaments of the dying, welcomed their shadowed hearts into our own. One race had striven to create a world bereft of animosity.
Got that
They
black
renounced
mist.
relationships to avoid interpersonal strife, and in so doing brought about societal collapse. One race had renounced war and devoted itself to the enrichment of its people. They were conquered. Though they destroyed the enemy in reprisal, they could not regain their former glory. One race had concluded that finite time was the root of all woes. Aspiring to shatter its shackles, they went in search of infinity. They discovered nothing is infinite, and that neither time or death can be cheated. Disillusioned, they gave up on the future and themselves. One race had discarded all things that gave rise to sorrow, hoping to have only joy. They found joy lost its savor in the absence of sorrow, and lost their will to live.
Man, that sounds horrifying.
Apart, these peoples shared a belief. The belief that they had tried their best.
Man, she's not.
That they had tried to fulfill their
Holy
potential with every step and success.
Man, you can tell the change in Meteon's voice.
In
She's
the
no longer
course
the
of
same.
which they learned the truth. That they would never be free of fear and sorrow, anger and despair, of loneliness, so long as they yet lived. Even now their souls cry out for oblivion. And to this song of anguish, I lend my voice. We lend our voice. Oh, beloved mankind, shimmering jewels of beautiful Etheris, rejoice, for we will free you from the cruel yoke of existence.
Fucking
there is
hell.
no need to struggle in vain, for in nihility awaits salvation. You will know peace and serenity, and it will be beautiful.
It occurs to me that she might have infected Van Daniel in the future.
And there in the dark of dead worlds hoard sorrow and suffering. There we will sing, our chorus ever louder and ever clearer, that our song may reach even this ether-shrouded star. Such is the answer we have found in the stars. Such is the gift we now offer to Etheris.
I've noticed her voice changes from whenever she speaks. Might be a different sister of hers.
Who are you to decide our fate? To decree we live or die?
The irony of you saying that, considering what you told me and my group. Damn it, Hermes.
Have you lost your mind? You heard what she said. She means to destroy us all, yet you'd still take her side?
In the name of the star, we have discarded those creations that we deemed flawed. If we ourselves are flawed, does not stand to reason that we too should be discarded.
That is sophistry, and you know it!
Perhaps it is. Perhaps I am wrong. But who is to say that you are right?
Jesus. This is where he
Let us
became
settle this with a
the Van Daniel
determination.
that we learn in the future.
In my
no.
authority as Chief Overseer of Elpis, I will make a judgment on man's fitness to exist. If he can learn to value all life and retain his will to live, even should his end be justified, he will surely find a way to avert his demise. If not, he will perish from the start. As with all determinations, provisions must be made to ensure fairness. Kairos, awaken!
And this is why Isoldeus, and Emmett Silk don't know about us in the future.
Awaiting instruction.
Command, universal memory alteration. Target area, Catesis Hyperborea. Starting point. Arrival of Emmett Selk, of the convocation at Propylion. Endpoint. The present. Erase the memories of all events, and replace with a vague recollection of the following. I was here, preparing to demonstrate the functionality of Kairos to Emmett Selk and Hythlodaeus. Meteion's shared consciousness became unstable. She and her sisters could not sustain their existence, and all dissipated with a burst. The resultant shockwave accidentally triggered Kairos, which erased several days of memories from all present. Execute.
Command acknowledged. Initializing. 3 processes remaining to execution.
Damn.
Bravo. I dare say one would be hard-pressed to make it fairer.
Indeed.
Everything that you told us, everything that has happened, the fact we've even met, it will all be gone.
Damn it, Hermes.
Go, Meteor. To the edge of the universe, where none can reach you.
Hermes, won't you come with me? If you were to shed your flesh, I should be able to carry you.
I will remain. As a man, I will oppose the oblivion you bring.
Silly fool. Had you said yes, I would have granted you the gentlest end.
Oh, there we go. That's our girl, Vanilla.
This ends here!
Fly, Meteor!
Hey, we're free.
That is far enough, Hermes!
Argos, to me!
Dude, this moment right here had me shook.
Complete. 2 remaining to execution of memory reconfiguration.
As if we needed more pressure. No matter what, you cannot forget what happened today. For it is the key to saving your future. Your world. This fight is our fight. What comes after, our problem to contend with, not yours. No. Your own struggle awaits, and no one else can take your place.
Yeah.
You must
You had a point.
exercise with your memories intact, and I will see that you do. Now then, where is it? There you are, my little confluence.
She was so close to getting there, dude. She was so close.
Almost!
Damn.
Very well then. You may elude us this day, but not forever.
Meteon's gotten away.
Second process complete. 1 remaining to execution.
Oh, Lord.
Ugh. No time for brooding.
Unfortunately.
Listen well. Beyond lies a spatial confluence that connects the interior sections of this building. I will destroy the confluence and force open a way outside. When I do, you must jump through.
Alright.
I cannot tell you. how sorry I am. But neither can I let you escape!
Too brave by half. Exemplary work, as always, Emmett Selk.
What? But
Man, Emmett Selk always got in
I
our
thought
back.
the confluence was over.
Over there? Yes. We were rather hoping you would.
You cheeky bastards.
Never anywhere but where it is now. The instant those two began making their way towards nothing, 'twas clear the plan was a diversion.
I'm quite incapable of destroying a confluence, I must confess.
A gambit brazen beyond words. Though we've grown accustomed to reckless improvision due to the antics of an incorrigible associate.
Out of them.
Though, in the case of certain present company, incorrigible is an understatement. Honestly, I'm beginning to suspect it's a requirement for every Azen.
It is. It is a requirement. Later.
No time! Quickly! Even now, I do not believe your tale. I would not suffer us to walk such a wretched path. Still, if it must be said,
I'm in tears right now.
do not squander it. The legacy I leave you.
I remember you once lived.
Final process complete.
If he gave us a smile on the way out.
Operation.
Go, Argos!
Other than that catch that he gave us a smile at the end. A smile better suits the hero after all. Alright. Alright, let's play the next one. This is sort of just an epilogue of what happened. You okay, Vanna?
I'm fine. Just a little tired. Can it be true? Are we the only ones left who see beauty in the world? In life? Are the stars above no more than husks of fallen civilizations?
Probably.
And yet,
And yet,
I feel her. Though she is unimaginably distant, I feel Meteon's presence, and the place where to we must go. Ere she made good her escape, I placed an enchantment upon her, one which allows us to follow her trail. She has already left the outermost bounds of Aetheris, and continues on her way. Given the vastness of the universe, it will still be no easy feat to track her down. But thanks to Emmet Selk and his Ladeus, all is not lost. We remember.
Yep.
So long as we remember, our fates remain ours to shape.
So, what became of the others, I wonder?
I'd like to know too. Let us ascertain the situation at Cutisis Hyperborea, where they should still be.
Yes, ma'am.
Given the likely state of their memories, however, it would be imprudent for us to approach them directly. In which case... I am sorry, my friend. I've asked much of you this day. But may I trouble you one last time?
Argos is just the goodest of boys.
Argos will investigate in our stead. We will share in his consciousness and see and hear as if we were with him. Now, close your eyes and open your mind.
All right.
Thank goodness you are unharmed.
Unharmed? There is a gaping hole in my memories. I can scarcely remember arriving here in Elpis.
Forgive me. I was preparing to demonstrate the functionality of Kairos to our guests. But Meteon, her shared consciousness became unstable. And she...
So, that's what prompted the state of alert. And when you went to investigate, you were caught in Kairos' accidental operation.
So it would seem. It's all a blur to me.
Such an unfortunate accident. Oh, and what of Venar and your other companion? You went inside together, as I recall.
We did?
If Venar was with us, I have no recollection of it. But that there is her familiar, is it not? The fellow seems happy enough, so I think it's safe to assume his mistress is well. I haven't the slightest notion who this other companion might be, however.
No, you don't. You do not know who I am.
Ah, well, that individual struck me as a bit different, for want of a better word. Perhaps it wasn't actually a person, but some manner of creation.
Curious. I must ask Venar about it when next we meet.
Yes, you do that. Now, if we may tend to Hermes, whatever this Meteon did, it seems he bore the brunt of it.
In more ways than one.
Once you are fit to travel, you will return with us to Amarot. We need to make certain there are no other ill effects. Also, I am here on business of the 14. We've already had the conversation, like as not, but since your toy wiped my memory, we'll have to have it again.
Yes, of course. As you see fit.
This Kairos, it manipulates memories through the emission of etheric waves, correct? There is a theory which holds that memories scoured by blasts of ether are restored when the soul is cleansed in the underworld. If true, then perhaps when our time comes to return to the star, we shall remember these few days we have lost.
I doubt aught of interest occurred. Look forward to the revelation if you like, but I should prefer to reminisce on more meaningful moments.
That one kind of hurt a little bit on my deep in my soul. The fact that they'll never know.
Let us rest, if only for a while. After all, you and I, we still have a long, long way to go.
You especially. Alright, let's move on to the next scene. The final scene. This scene.
So, it is within. The portal that brought you hither, and will take you home.
Yes, this is where we part ways. Wish I could stay to help.
May you and yours emerge triumphant. Make use of the knowledge you have gained, that your days in Elpis and our friend's sacrifice be not in vain. With Meteion free to pursue her designs, 'tis only a matter of time until the final days are upon us. We must be ready. From fortifying our defenses to securing our escape, there is much to be done. In spite of this, we cannot allow the report that set this calamity in motion to become common knowledge. Were the masses to learn the fates of the other stars, I fear the situation would spiral out of our control.
Indeed it will.
I must carefully consider who can be trusted and bring them into the fold. Ordinarily, I wouldn't hesitate to call upon the 14. However, it was the desire for a fair determination that drove Hermes to attempt to erase our memories. And were he made aware of his actions, there is no telling whether he would remain a friend or become a foe.
Well, he definitely became a foe in our timeline. And in the future,
Alternately, we might try to alienate him from the convocation. Yet in doing so, we would deprive ourselves of a brilliant mind who would be invaluable in the crises to come. Quite the dilemma. Which is why I must work independently of the convocation. Regardless of how we proceed, if we are to permanently avert the final days, we must be equal to Hermes' challenge. We must prove that mankind is worthy to exist. And this hinges, I think, on how we confront the all-consuming despair that accompanies a senseless and seemingly inevitable end. Bewildered and divided, we would perish like the peoples of those celestial ruins. We could not hope to survive the final days, much less take the battle to Meteion at her nest. We must find a way to defeat despair, to unite and prepare as many as possible for the struggle ahead.
Yeah.
Heavy will weigh the burden of guiding this legion of souls. Yet I have faith in mankind's potential. As long as he believes in himself, there is naught he cannot achieve. So I will not give up on him. On us. You may find your world to be very different. Or perhaps the erasure of our friends' memories has sown the seeds of a conjunction between us. We cannot know until the moment is at hand. So shall I strive to do my best, taking naught for granted as I walk my path. And I pray you walk with me to the end.
Will do.
As you move forward, so too will I. As will all, resolved to fight for the morrow. And when mankind has found the strength to stand against despair, we shall silence the song of oblivion. She who sings it will learn our journey is far from over. This I promise. Fare you well, my light of the future, till we meet again.
Till we meet again, Mother Crystal. Alright. Now time to travel beyond the rift of time and space. Alright. Alright, I think it was... Oh, there we go. Dude, this is crazy seeing.
From this day forth, I shall strive to bring honor to the seat of Vandania.
The final days. I'm not even gonna talk, I'm just
Even
gonna let
now,
the scene happen.
I remember standing there, locked in a moment where the sky is aflame. Where stars fall as tears, and screams darken the seas. Where resignation rots the trees. Where terror twists magics into abominations. Such is the lament of they who have gone before. The song of they who tried and failed to create a better world. The song of the end.
Oh, so
That which hides at the edge of the universe is no longer hope's creation. It is hopelessness incarnate.
He sacrificed himself to
That
be a
day,
part of Zodiac.
mankind saw half of its number sacrificed to bring forth Zodiac. And covering the star in a shroud of ether, we forestalled the final days. Yet the cries echoed still. We wept for innocence lost, wailed for death inevitable. A reality too terrible to bear. And for too many who sought comfort in gilded memories of joyful days and tranquil nights.
This is where we learn the truth about the Sundering.
Wrong. Why must we suffer so?
It needn't be like this. No. There must be a way to restore things to the way they were. To reclaim the perfect paradise we once had.
No, my friends. Suffering exists. And we cannot pretend otherwise.
No, we cannot.
No civilization, however great, could eliminate it. If we would live, we must accept it as our constant companion. Let us not seek to forget this tragedy. Let us carry it in our hearts, that we may grow stronger and know true happiness.
We can't accept it. We won't accept it. It will be ours again. A world free of sorrow.
No, it will not. For there has ever been sorrow. Mankind was but spared its biting sting for a time. So please, open your eyes. To try and reclaim those lives we lost by sacrificing yet more isn't wisdom. It is weakness. No paradise is without its shadows. If we cannot accept this truth and learn from our pain, then our plight shall be repeated.
And they didn't listen. And Vinod didn't have a choice.
O mighty Zodiac! God, born of our boundless faith, we bid you, hear our prayer. Accept this offering of lives, and deliver unto us the lives we once had. Deliver unto us the days of old. The days when the star was a font of love, and we knew naught but bliss.
Poor Vinod.
You would destroy it? Our beautiful world?
Lands that stretched on forever. Skies one could drown in. The heartbeat of nature, silent yet strong. And amidst it all, a people. Beacons of light and life. Laughter that warmed my heart like naught else before. They are my meaning and my purpose. My love. In spite of, Or perhaps because of this, I choose to believe in mankind's potential, in his ability to find a way forward. So let there be no way back. From that temptation, I sunder us.
Yup. She caused the sundering.
Shall man have wings to
Not the
bear him
final
to
days.
paradise? Henceforth, he shall walk.
Fucking badass, man. That's such a... Vanna's such a freaking badass in this scene. Oh, and the song matched perfectly, too. Holy sh... I'm assuming this is Vanna walking through the Ethereal Sea. And she's noticeably getting weaker and weaker because she's looking
All is
more...
excruciating pain.
More and more...
I breathe fire and
More torn. Look at her.
I birth a world of suffering to mire and plague. In one fleeting moment, lives come and go, ever moving towards the unknown. And in that fleeting moment, they cry for the answer to the question. Why, given life, are they meant to suffer, to die? As fragmented, imperfect beings, yours is a never-ending quest.
I'm in tears right now. Oh,
Quest to find your purpose.
I love that.
Knowing your end is assured.
I love the comparison so much.
To find the strength to continue when all strength has left you. To find joy even as darkness descends. And amidst deepest despair, light everlasting.
Damn.
A conjunction has begun to form, an intertwining of your time and mine. When you truly understand what is at stake, and your journey has prepared you to surmount the insurmountable, then shall I honor the promise made in another time, another age.
Oh, that shit was crazy, man. I'm in tears. I'm seriously in tears. That one got me emotional. But no, or rather, Heidelin sacrificed so much for us. So much for us to see the future, forge ahead. And well, that's kind of the end of it. So yeah, I guess that ends the recap. And Edgar Silver, what the heck are you doing? Alright, so yeah. Ends the recap for episodes 12 through 14. So yeah. I'll finish up this recording. You can follow me on my socials. My X handle is at LigerKitty_Rex, and my VOD channel on YouTube is Rex LigerKitty VOD. That's a capital VOD and a lowercase s. Thank you for coming to this. Thank you for watching this video stream, and I hope to see you again real soon. Later, Lugadors. Bye.